brew day, let's make some beer. Alright, that's mash water. Let's get some power going. We have a leak. It's only a small one, but well, that'll be something that needs looking at after the brew day. Get it on there. Making sure I'm using the right amount of sodium metabisulfate. No overdosing today. Okay, that's sodium metcalcium chloride, calcium adsorbate, vitamin C powder into the water while it's nice and warm, get rid of our chlorine. Okay, that'll happen pretty quick, so while I weigh out the rest of my minerals, that'll do its job. So I'm just working my way through my brew fibre list here for what I need. Some calcium chloride, that's a bit of Epsom salt. Some calcium sulfate or gypsum. I'm going to throw that in with a little bit of lactic acid. Now while I've got my box of goodies out, grab the wall clock. And some yeast nutrient. So it's ready to go when I need it later on. And oh, geez there. So that's water ready. Now it's time to get some grains happening. Alright, this is Voyager Atlas pills. That's our Haze. Alright, we've got some malted oats, again Voyager, Mitika, not Martika, Mitika. And some malted wheat. And all you got to do is get the lid off. That's all you got to do. Our malted wheat. And we finish off with some carapils. Boom, it's done. Alright. Put these away, then we'll mill that up. Done. Righto. We're at strike temp, about 70, 71 degrees. Mash in. Now I'm just doing a half batch, 12 litres, so it's full volume brew in a bag. I've got about 2.8, 2.9 kilo of grain here. And I'm mashing at around 67, 68 degrees. Sitting on 60. 67.5, that's lovely. So get some timers started. Righto, we are underway on today's brew. So what we are brewing is a clone of the Black Hops Coast Hazy. Get a picture of the can, stick it down the bottom there, so you're not quite sure what we're looking at. Let me see, first I'm going to get rid of all this stuff from my inventory that I'll be using. On the old brew fiber. So we are underway. We've mashed in 60 minutes. Beautiful. Okay, so yeah, Black Hops Coast Haze, Coast Hazy. Let's get an actual East Coast Haze. Close. East Coast Haze. So this is just a light, easy XPA. It's not a bad drop. Now this recipe I got from Happy Days Brewing up there in around Brisbane somewhere. Just looking around for something to brew. That sort of it jumped out. Looked a decent recipe. Not it's beer I don't mind. We had a few of these out at Stray Day out at Matty Ursak's at Hop Wizards. He's a Black Hops fan. He gets their regular packs, so he supplied a couple of East Coast on the day. So that's where we're going. So we're following the recipe, sort of. I'll put a link down in the description to the actual Happy Days recipe. It used Gladfield malt for the base. I don't have Gladfield, so I've replaced that with Voyager. It's fairly close as far as specs go. The actual recipe has acidulated malt. I don't have any here, so I've just raised the actual lactic acid in the water just a little bit to allow for that. The oats and the wheat are both Voyager, and that's what's in the original recipe, so that's the same. The hopping, I'm changing a little bit. Now, top of my head, the boil addition with the Dr. Rudy is staying the same, the hop stand is staying the same. There was a dry hop, I think, which was on day 6, I think, which was equal parts Mosaic, Amarillo and Eclipse. I've dropped the Mosaic a little bit and up the Amarillo and Eclipse to equal numbers, and I'll spread that dry hop over 3 editions. I'm dropping Mosaic on day 2, Amarillo on day 4 and the Eclipse on day 6. Just a little bit different also, but because as much as I like the East Coast Haze, it does have a little hop finish that I'm not a massive fan of, and I think looking at the recipe it comes a little bit from the Mosaic. I'm not a massive fan of Mosaic, hence why I've pulled it back a little bit. But at the same time, I don't want to lose the impact of the Mosaic, because obviously it's a part of the beer, which is why I've moved it forward to day 2. So it will be dry hopping a little bit longer, just in a smaller quantity. So overall that should work out pretty much the same. So that's I said 12 litre brew. I'm just doing a single step infusion. Recipe says 68. I'm sitting between 67 and 68. My temp probe for some reason today is reading about 2 degrees out, but I will check that as I go through the mash and get that adjusted, make sure I'm staying in that sort of band, but I'm happy up around there somewhere. And I'll just do a simple raise to a 75 for a quick mash out at the end. That's not, it isn't stated on the recipe, but I think it's pretty standard you want to be doing a mash out. So we'll do that. I said we'll do that at 75. So 60 minutes. We'll raise it to 75 for about 20 minutes, and then we'll get it boiling up. So we'll come back after she's had a couple of shots of things along the way, and we'll come back and have a look and see how she's finished up. Right, just switched it up to mash out around 70, around 75. Did a quick refresh, get an idea where we're travelling, and I just meant to bloody have a look at what pre-boil was, and I bloody didn't take any bloody notes. I got caught bloody looking at other shit. Anyway. Let's have a look. $10.31. That seems like it could be a little bit on the low side. I think looking 10.42 I think is target OG, so we're a little off, but nothing to worry about too much just at the moment. We can adjust later if we need to. Anyway, let that go for half an hour. Righto, that's our half hour mash out done. Now I've done a refrac reading about 10 minutes ago. We were at 10.34. Target is 10:35. And I want to just quickly comment on that, because I've seen a few videos, a lot of comments, people talk about the mash being completed inside of 40 minutes. And I've seen people do videos, different channels do videos to back that up and to prove that. Every single brew I do, I get 3 or 4 points extra efficiency between mash and mash out. Now, whether mash itself stops at 40 minutes and doesn't get any more, the mash out certainly has an effect on your final gravity. As you've seen, that was 10:31 towards the end of at the end of the mash. So all I've done is raise the temperature from 68, and somehow I think my fucking hands are on back to front. Raised from 68 to 75, and we've got 3 extra points of gravity. Now in this beer, technically that's almost 10%. That's a fucking decent amount. And people will have you believe that that can't happen, that that doesn't happen. Let me tell you it does. And there's just another reason why mash out is an important step. Because right now, had I finished at 68 degrees after that hour and continued on, I would be 3 points lower on gravity. And it's quite possible that right now I'm at 10:35. I don't know. I'm going to let this drain, get the ball started. I'm going to take a gravity reading. I'm going to check my volume once I can clear it properly. And we'll sit down, we'll have a bit of a chat about what the numbers actually look like. And see how we're tracking. Righto, 10 minutes left of the boil, so Wolf-Lock yeast nutrient is in, and we'll get the chiller in, get it ready. We're a fraction over post-boil volume, well, a little bit under on gravity. We'll see they balance out at the end. Righto, we've made the end of the brew with some issues. Today is actually the next day. The chiller leaked while I was cooling and pumped 6 litres of extra water into the kettle. So that was not recoverable in the context of this brew. So I've put it aside. I'm brewing that as a lager for the Patreons. That's going to be a little side brew. So if you are interested in seeing how I went about that and what actually, and sort of a bit more detail on what happened, you know, jump on Patreon. But for now, I've rebrewed today. We've gone smoother. I made some adjustments on the setup on the kettle, adjusted the efficiency a little bit, which got us our numbers up better. And our volume's spot on. So we've ended up with 12.3, 12.4 litres into the fermenter with a target of 12. I haven't checked gravity since pre-boil. Pre-boil was spot on. So this is, the sample's just gone to the fermenter. We've cooled down to about 28 degrees. I can't get much lower than that with the water, so it's going to go to the fridge to knock off another 4 or 5 degrees before I pitch yeast. And That looks to me to be 10, about 1040, about 1044, which is bang on what we're looking for. Oh, yeah, 1042, 1043, 1044. It's the sample's still at 27, so there's a point there. So I'm going to call it 1043. So 1 point off. I'm happy enough with that. So that's all good. So this fella will go to the fermenter with 1 pack of Verdant IPA. Just pitched directly. I'm not mucking around with it. This pack is it's 2 months beyond its best, but I think that's going to be pretty well fine. So my proposed ferment schedule is okay, I'm going off the schedule which was on the original recipe, which is 20 degrees for 10 days and a 1 degree cold crash for 2. So I'm going to stick with that. We've got a dry hop on day 2, which is Mosaic. Then Amarillo on day 4, Eclipse on day 6. Now that's a little bit different to the actual recipe. So I'm going to link both down the bottom so you can have a look at the original and look at the difference that I've made. And I said that's purely based around my own taste preferences, but still going to be very close to the original recipe, so we can still judge that. So anyway, that's it. Okay, that's tasting quite nice. A little bit of some nice little bit of hop there. Nice flavour. So looking good. So we'll come back and see how this one's turned out in about a month's time. So till then, any comments or any questions, stick them down the bottom. As I said, links down there to Patreon. If you want to check it out, if you're subscribed, thank you. If you're not subscribed, hit the link down the bottom as well. Ring the bell, give it a ding. Anyway, don't miss anything that's going on with Little John. If you like what's going on, give us a thumbs up. All these things help the channel and keep us going. Let me play around with all these different kind of brews, different experiments. So anyway, that's me. I'm done for now. So till see you in the next video when we're brewing beer, drinking beer or talking beer. Good brewing.